Hello, Colorado. This is John Baird with I Love Colorado Beer podcast. I Love Colorado Beer is your home for craft beer news, events, and festivals. Just go to ilovecoloradobeer.com for more information. Today on our show, we have Tobias Krause with Two Parts. They're putting on the Denver Beer Festivus on December 17th, 2016 from 4 to 7 in the Wings Over the Rockies facility in Denver. Tobias, how's it going?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me today.
Good. Well, we're definitely excited to have you. You're a big music person, so I'm going to start off with the same question this time as I did last time we spoke. Are you
Sure.
any relation to Alison Krause?
Not related. Still not related to her, but I get that often.
All right. Would you tell us a little bit about who Two Parts is and what you guys do in the craft beer community?
Yeah, absolutely. So Two Parts has been around for just over 5 years ago, and we do a lot of things around town as far as events, marketing, promotions, things of that nature. And we throw a couple beer festivals every year, and last one of the year is coming up here. It's the 5th annual Denver Beer Festivus. So our goal is to get every single Denver beer brewery out there that's making beer, and we ask them all, and we go after them and try to get them in there one way or another. But there's a couple guys out there that just tough times around the holidays and not producing enough beer, and just don't do the whole festival thing, which is absolutely okay. So we got, I just did another recount today. We got 51 breweries, had a couple that had to drop out for a couple various reasons, but 51 Denver breweries, which is pretty exciting, and we're very excited about it. It's going to be a good festival.
That sounds great. So
Yeah.
Would you tell us a little bit about what Festivus is just in general?
Sure. So the event, started a little play off of the Seinfeld episode where George's father doesn't agree with domesticated holidays, so he starts his own called Festivus. And as part of the Festivus is that instead of a tree, it's an aluminum pole. So every year the event is just a Denver Beer Festivus. A Festivus for the rest of us is kind of just the name that kind of came together 5 years ago now. And every year we get a new aluminum pole and put it in the center and urge people to sign it and put their stickers on it and all that kind of good stuff. And it's just it's just a really good it's a fun time. But it just started off as going after every single brewery, like I said before, in Denver, and just in the 5 years watching it grow from, I think the first year was right around 20 to 30, and now up to 51 breweries, which is a sign of how amazing this craft beer scene is, and a lot of good people doing a lot of great stuff.
Well, that's awesome. It's amazing that there's even that many craft breweries around Denver proper itself. It's just been growing so fast recently.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
So tell us, how did the Denver Beer Festivus start? Where did the idea come from? I know you said from the Seinfeld episode, but where did you guys get the idea to form the Festivus?
Sure. So, the owners of Two Parts, PJ Hoberman and Casey Berry, kind of came together when they, were starting this company, and they said, let's throw a beer festival and see what happens. And that really is just kind of like I said before, as well as to go after all the Denver breweries to really just showcase what they're doing and get them all in a room. And one thing that we always ask is bring one beer that is very accessible, that I can come into your tap room and get it 9 times out of 10. And then bring something else that maybe is a little bit special, whether it's for the holidays or you're pulling something out that is you've just been saving in the cellar or something like that. And, and it adds this really nice element of fun and, holiday spirit, and just honestly just getting together with friends and really enjoying this culture that we live in. It's a pretty great thing.
Nice. So what makes Denver Beer Festivus different from the other festivals throughout the year?
Sure. It gets back to that whole idea of bringing two different styles. But honestly, the theme is that it's only Denver breweries, so you have to have a Denver address to be a part of this, and that's kind of the inclusive piece to this one specifically. And then we add a bunch of different features on. to the festival inside of it. This year we're gonna have a silent disco inside of there. An ugly sweater store that you can go purchase from our good pals over at Goodwill, which so you're going to get something good there. And a lot of great food trucks, and just it's a fun atmosphere to be a part of. And it's just kind of like the last hurrah essentially before the end of the year, and before the holidays start for everybody. And it's just a fun time to get together, and it's about community and really showcasing what these breweries are doing. And that's really what it's about.
Yeah, I noticed on your website for the Denver Beer Festivus that you had some pretty good-looking sweaters on there, and I wasn't sure if that was an organized thing or if it was just sort of how that worked out.
It's costumes are absolutely encouraged, and if you go scroll through the photo galleries from the past couple of years, and people really dress to the nines to just have fun with it, and that's really what it's about. It's fun, and last year we had a bad Santa, and that made for a lot of really great photos and things of that nature. But the costume thing is fun. The ugly sweater thing, absolutely encouraged. Please wear your ugliest sweater. And if you don't have one, no big deal. Well, Goodwill will be taking care of you at Festivus, and they'll find some good ones for you, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah. So tell us about Wings Over the Rocky and why you decided to choose that facility.
Sure. So the first 3 years we did it at the McNichols building downtown. And then last year, we were at this interesting growth stage, as well as the fact that McNichols was going through renovations. And so we then started looking around town to try to find a new venue that was slightly larger, but also had the ability to grow into over the next couple of years. And Wings Over the Rockies kind of fell in our lap, and we went out there and we all kind of fell in love and with the space and the layout and just the possibilities that you can transform this amazing airplane hangar that's full of classic planes and jets and all kinds of just like cool stuff to look at. And it's a really interesting atmosphere. And it's a great venue and a lot of possibilities. So that was something that we kind of saw and could see the future a little bit. Like we've got room to grow in there, while still keeping that mission of as we grow, Denver breweries keep growing. So we've got to find a bigger space. Honestly, is what it came down to. We loved McNichols building, but it's got its limits to a certain extent. So we're very excited about being out at the Wings Over the Rockies, and it's a cool venue.
So you guys always have fun and games at the events that you guys put on. So other than the ugly sweater and the costume competition, what other fun and games are you guys going to have?
Yeah, I mean, there'll be a bunch of surprises that during the event are going to be kind of added on bonuses, and some interesting photo opportunities and things of that nature, and a little food court with some of Denver's finest food options as well. And it's just and obviously 51 amazing breweries, and they've been passing along a couple notes of what they're going to bring, and it looks pretty exciting, and some people pulling out some really amazing stuff, and that's what I'm excited about. So it's going to be good.
So tell us a little bit about the food options that you guys are going to have there. You always have some great choices.
Yeah, absolutely. We like to think about everybody's sort of dietary option, as well as like what's going to go good with on a possibly snowy, cold afternoon in December in an airplane hangar. So we got we asked a number of food trucks if they kind of wanted to essentially do like a pop-up restaurant inside of Wings Over the Rockies, and that's what's happening. So we've got Chibi Wibbits coming. They do a lot of really great sliders and other options. We've got El Toro the Tot, which does a lot of cool stuff. And we've got Baba's Falafel, so you got a couple different dietary options there. And City Pretzel will be there, and they're kind of partners with Rosenberg's Bagels a little bit, and they do some gourmet, really awesome pretzels that it will be pretty nice. And then kind of the anchor on the whole thing is our good friends over at Globe Hall are going to be in there serving up some delicious barbecue that I think everybody's pretty excited about. So a little bit of everything for everybody, and far and few between, vegetarian options and things of that nature, and just a lot of good stuff to pair along with some really great beer.
Yeah, that sounds delicious. That's something to look forward to outside of the beer, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So you said that you guys are going to have 51 different breweries. I'm going to really put you on the spot and say, ask you to list a few that you're really looking forward to at this particular festival.
Yeah, absolutely. Just running through the gamut today when we were like, creating a signage plan and finalizing the layout and all that stuff, and it's just kind of the numbers just keep adding up. But our good pals at True and OMF are going to be out there. Black Project, which I think came in second in the Best in Show voting thing we had last year. They're anything those guys are doing is really great. Strange ended up winning last year the People's Choice Award, which is pretty cool. And then they got a nice little end cap over at Argonaut. They'll be back. Ratio, of course, Little Machine. And then Great Divide is actually going to be bringing out a lot of great stuff. And then also providing us with our welcome beer, which is their DPA with their new can artwork and all that great stuff. And can't think of a better beer that's going to be the Denver Beer Festivus welcome beer than DPA from our buddies over at Great Divide. So I mean, it doesn't end. They're all. I'm very excited, and try some new ones that I haven't had. Like Comrade will be there, of course, and it's the list goes on and on. 51. So
yeah, that's a pretty impressive list. So yeah, that sounds great. Yeah. So is there anything else that we haven't talked about yet that you think people would be interested to know about the Denver Beer Festivus this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I think kind of like the last piece of the puzzle is that we partnered up with a shuttle service called Bus to Show, which is out there to essentially provide safe rides to and from Red Rocks or other various concert venues, and really, kind of create a fun atmosphere of and get you somewhere safely, which is awesome. So we've got we partnered with those guys, and they are going to pick us up from 3 different locations, one of which is True. So we got kind of something down in the Baker neighborhood a little bit. Great Divide's Barrel Bar in Rhino, which is a little bit more central towards that area. And then the third pickup is up at Call to Arms up on Tennyson there. So you can pay $10. That gets you there and back. And I mean, it's a safe ride. It's a fun ride to start your day at one of the best breweries in Denver, and then take a fun party bus over there, and then go to the festival, and then do it all again, and they'll take you back home there, and it's pretty great. So, you can't go wrong with that. But I mean, $10 is hard to beat for that. So.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. So, next question: what are you drinking right now?
I've got a fresh hop from Great Divide here. Easily one of my favorite beers. I just got done DJing their Hoppy Yoga event, and they sent me home with a couple. So, if they're paying me in fresh hops, I'm happy to DJ all the music that they need. So thanks,
That's
David.
Pretty tough. That's pretty tough.
Yeah.
So where can people find out more information about the festival? Where can they get tickets, stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So head over to twoparts.com. Take a look at that website, which we actually just debuted recently, and it's got a lot of great things, and it's a great place to keep up with, not only the beer festivals, but everything else that we're a part of. And so if you head over there, it'll get you all the various ticket options. I think we were less than 5 tickets away from being sold out on the VIP Feats of Strength ticket. So if you're thinking about that one, I highly recommend that. But the GA tickets are $40, and that's from, like you said, from 4 to 7 p.m. and comes with since it's the 5th year, we kind of stepped it up, and we got some really nice glassware that we're excited to give for everybody. And unlimited samples and a lot of fun stuff inside of the event. So yeah, head over to twoparts.com, check that out, and grab one of those bus tickets before it's too late.
And then you guys are on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Just 2Parts CO. And check us out on all those, and stay hip to all the latest happenings and everything that we're involved with, which is a lot of good stuff. So.
Well, awesome. Tobias Krause, thank you so much for doing this interview with us. And everybody, we look forward to the Denver Beer Festivus on Saturday, December 17th, 2016, from 4 to 7 at Wings Over the Rockies. Anything else?
I think that's it, man. Check it out, and it's gonna be a fun one.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing everybody there. Thanks again, Tobias.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.